In 1630, there was an outbreak of the plague in Florence. Our AP Language and Composition classes recently read Aaron McLaughey's piece from the LRB, detailing the social and governmental responses to this cataclysmic event, and explored what echoes of the past reverberate in our contemporary discourse about COVID 19. How do we talk about contagion, about culpability? McLaughey depicts the panic, the finger pointing, the scapegoating, but also the very human ways that people persevere. To learn what it meant to survive, she writes, we might do better to observe Maria and Camilla, the teenage sisters who danced their way through the plague year. Inspired by this sentiment, I asked my students how they are dancing through the plague year. Here are a few of their responses.
I've been joyfully dancing through the plague this year because these days off have allowed me to do things I've never done before. Instead of busily doing tasks for school, I am cooking new dishes, experimenting, and creating things I've put off for a long time.
It has always been a personal aspiration to become a mass event. With the absence of many of my extracurriculars, the plague has given me more time I can devote to the gym. As my camera role can certainly attest for, the plague has given me more muscle, but has also upscaled my narcissism substantially.
Last year, I felt disconnected from my little brother. We didn't talk and would rarely say hi to each other at school. This period has allowed me to foster a relationship with my brother that I never thought I would have. Whether it be playing Scrabble or making YouTube videos, I'm eternally grateful that we are dancing through the plague year together.
A haiku about my feels. I'm an extrovert who gains energy from peeps. 2 months alone? Dud.
I dance through the plague year by not dancing at all. What is a social life? What is it like outside? Is fresh air food? Can you eat it? Are there any other humans who even exist? I hadn't left my house for a month. Not until I was forced to go outside to the dentist.
For the past month, I have been imprisoned, so to speak, with only my review books as company. I find solace in making my way through our stores of food. Eating is a way to pass the time, but I'm worried that my friends seem to be experiencing acute separation anxiety.
Since the outbreak, I've tried not to dwell on the idea of death, though it's there in the back of my mind. It creeps in, but like many in the article, I value hope, and find it in what I love to do, reading, watching films, making art, and learning in any way I can. And in that sense, I dance with acknowledgement.
I've been taking a few laps around our small compound between classes every day to rest my eyes from the screen and feed the stray cats. My family has also been going to places such as the New Territories and HKIS after school for some fresh air and good food.
Though the initial isolation from school and friends left me a little lonely, I've found good company in the books that this new free time has given me the chance to read. I've learned to love being stuck at home, as I'm now able to explore places and periods of time that I otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity to.
Although I was initially nervous, I found myself increasingly comfortable moving around Hong Kong in this time of disaster. I've picked up the habit of going to the American Club after school and working out. This has been my way of interacting with people I've missed. It also keeps me happy and active.
I'm dancing through the plague year in a cacophony of creativity. I've mostly been sitting around at home, looking for inspiration for making gowns since I can't go to school and make them. I seldom leave the house. Besides, masks make me sleepy.
This plague year has given me the gift of time, one that I have squandered, as I might usually. Despite my heavy workload, I find myself drawn to Netflix. My family is different. They are taking advantage of the gift to visit our relatives. I am about to spend the next 2 weeks in the city, where the most interesting thing I can do is to go to the grocery store down the street. Currently, dying of the plague is not my concern, but dying of boredom is.
Since January, I've been forcing myself to stay in California to train. My teammates here never miss the chance to tell me how jealous they are that I don't have to go back to school. But to be completely honest, I'm losing my mind. I crave the feeling of walking my dogs down Stubbs Road and of sleeping in my bed. I miss home. The only thing that's kept me sane is being able to swim.
Dancing may be a rather ironic way to describe the sedentary state that I've slipped into. It's increasingly difficult to distinguish between the stacks of books and this barely moving mass known as a Stanley. Perhaps I can find solace in their company, while they beckon behind the blinding supernova of a computer screen that penetrates the 1 a.m. room with the force of 10,000 suns. I am literally becoming a potato. Please send help.
I'm dancing through the plague in California. I struggle to find time during weekends to get out of the house, but I'm staying active during the weekends, riding bikes, playing basketball, and spending time with family.
Throughout this plague year, I've had more time to focus on my work and my family. Without this sudden routine, I would have never been able to attend my grandfather's 90th birthday. This difficult time has actually given me an opportunity to create more positive and meaningful memories with my loved ones.
A haiku about my dance. Need to socialize. FaceTime 24/7. Give me attention.